Hey everyone, Daniel here from TwinBytes with another quick tutorial for you. This time I'm going to show you how to password protect a Microsoft Word document in the latest version here, 2019, with Office 365. If you do find my videos helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks. So if you have a Word document such as this one here and you want to password protect it without creating a zip file such as another video that I've made, you can go up to the File menu, go to Save, and you can choose where you're going to store the file, give it a name and the file type, which you can probably leave as default. And you would click on More Options. Once you get into the More Options, this is where you can also choose where you're going to be storing it and what name you're going to give it. But before clicking Save, right beside that button there's Tools. If you click that, you have a drop down menu with a few options, and there's General Options. When you go into the General Options, you'll see the options here to put a password for opening it, and also another one for modifying it. And you can also try to force on a read-only recommended, which really doesn't do a lot other than make a request. So I'll show you how that works. First I'll give it a password for opening, and then I'll give it a slightly different password for modifying, and we'll click OK. And we gotta re-enter the password for opening, and then re-enter the password that's for modifying. Now that we've got that in place, I'm gonna just rename this slightly, and I'll just say pass for password and save that in the same folder where I had it. So I'll close out of this document. So I've got my original document, and then I got the password protected one. So I'm going to open that, and you'll see that it's asking me for the password to open it. So I'll go ahead and type in that password and hit enter. Now it's asking me for a password for modifying. So I have the option, if you sent this to someone and you gave them the password for modifying, then they can enter that. Otherwise, they would have to click read only, so they can't make any changes. They can only read the document. So if I was to try and make any changes here and save it, it won't allow me to save it as the same name. So because it's read only, so I would have to save it in a different location or with a different name. So there's nothing stopping someone from taking that document, modifying it, and creating a different document out of that with a different name, and it'll keep all the same original contents, but they won't be able to edit the original one that you sent. If I went into the general options, and this time I'm just doing read only recommended, and I hit protect document, and I will rename this slightly to read and save that. So I've got my copy that's supposed to be read only. We didn't specify any password, so there was no need to enter one opening this. But if I try to edit this and go to save it, I'm gonna close that. Now I can go back into this read document and see if it took my saved changes. And it did. Even though I put on to save it, it still took the changes. I'm going to delete that read copy I had and go back into my original document. So if I go back into this again, and I'm going to create a new read copy in the general options. So I want to force on read only, but I need a password to modify. And then it seems it doesn't matter if you hit protect document or not. We'll go back in here and it doesn't show the password that we entered. I'm gonna click that, hit OK. You gotta specify the password again to make sure you typed it correctly. And if we go back again just to look, we can see that it does have the password in there and the check mark on read only recommended. So I'm going to OK that, and I'm saving it with the new name. Let's get out of here, and we're going to try opening this one that we just saved. And you can see this is prompting us to enter in the password, or we can do read only. If I put in the password, I'm able to make the changes. If I didn't want to do the password and I click read only, we can see what happens. Go to hit save, keeping the same name, save. Says we can't do it because it's read only, so you'd have to save it in a different location or with a different name. So okay, fine, we'll cancel out of there, so we can't save that. So that's it for this quick tutorial, how you can password protect a Word document and even separately password protect the modifying of that document once it is open, so they can't modify the existing one. But it doesn't stop them from creating a copy of it, renaming it slightly, and then sending it back to you, making it look like it's the original document. If you found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye for now.